Sokoninaru, Brilliant City. Let's go give it a look. Hey there. So this comes to us from Richard Kaga over on cupofcoffee.com. Thank you, Richard, both for this request and for your support. And if you want your request to move up the line, you can do that at cupofcoffee.com by buying me a cup of coffee or at Patreon. Links are in the description box. This is Sokoninaru. We have had them on this platform once before. Richard says this might be a better song to introduce the band to us, so let's give it a listen. Here we go.
ばかられこの街で生きてきて僕らはもうすでに心が安心したい安心したいそれぞれの価値観や思想が多様ってきたそれゆえに僕らはマイクを構えていけたね洗脳されたままで平穏で焼かれているきっとそれは無情に誰もが街の奴隷で逃げ出すことも浮かばずきっとそれは今の手の数でもいられないここからされたままで低温で焼かれている洗脳されたままで低温で焼かれている洗脳されたままで低温で焼かれているきっとそれは無情に誰もが街の奴隷で逃げ出すことも浮かばずきっとそれは祈り手の数でもいられない
So what'd you think? Let me know in the comments. This band has been around since 2011. And I say band. Obviously, they're in a power trio formation here, but there are only two members listed for the band. And that is Juko Suzuki is on guitar and vocals, and Misaki Fujiwara is on bass and vocals. I do not know who the percussionist is here. Try as I might, I could not find a name. That was some fine drum work going on back there. But let's talk about a little bit about what they're doing here. This, compared to the last one we saw, like Richard says, who recommended the video, was more of a, and here's how I would describe it, which I think his description was perfect, techno math type thing. But this is obviously a progressive band, and their progressive rock in the last video we saw leaned very heavily into the progressive side, whereas this one leans more into a rock pop side. That's because that gives me the impression because of the middle eight. But we'll start out here. We'll just go ahead and open the song because the opening kind of sets the tone for the rest of the composition. Okay, so in that opening sequence, we got a super clean guitar, and then we got this very nice bass run that almost sounded like a synthesizer. As we've discussed before, when you have progressive rock, and especially when you have just a power trio, tends to mimic a progressive jazz ensemble because the bass will take the lead a lot of times. They will be really heavily supporting the melody, if not doing it outright. And Misaki is absolutely crushing it throughout this song. Now, by extension, the drummer is too, and I wish I knew who the drummer was so that I could give credit where credit is due. The rhythm section, if you want to call it that, because it's not really in this arrangement. Every musician in this performance has their own lead part. They just happen to be playing the same melody together. I don't know how to put that any differently. That's my impression. That's how I would define it. Not one part of the band supporting another part. Every member of the band is doing a solo work that comes together three ways. So let's go up to the breakdown, which is here. And I want you to listen to this before I say anything.
ここから
Okay, so now we're back into the bridge, and I just want to talk about a couple of things here. I'm no expert on this kind of music. As I've said before, progressive rock, I tend to not make it a listening rock, if you know what I mean. It's not something that I put on in an afternoon when I'm doing something else and just listen to it, because I think it demands your attention when you listen to this kind of music. Rush does that for me, and this band is doing that for me as well. Gotcharik Spin does that in a lot of their songs, although I am at a point with them where I feel like I can listen to them anytime. I really enjoy what they're doing. This kind of math rock, if you want to call it that. It's a great name for it. It's a little more laid back here, and I like that because it does lend itself to listening. There's a pop feel going into the bridge and some of the verses, but they break it up nicely with things like this bass guitar combo that is so brief and so staccato. And what the drummer is doing back there is phenomenal. In between where the guitar and the bass do a dual solo. And the guitarist drops to that super clean Fender sound, which there's no other clean sound like it on earth. It's just so pure. And it really gives this atmosphere of stark. It's stark. You know, it's black on white. As black can be on white, as bright as white can get. So that bass has something on it. It might be a synth, might be a particular pedal. It makes it mate with the guitar for these solos beautifully. And let's hear it again. And now we get this ethereal sound, this floating, and the guitar is going to be very clean here. You might have a little chorus on, a little reverb, but it's just that clean Fender sound. Do you hear what that drummer is doing back there? This is awesome. Now we're back into this middle eight, which gives it its pop feel. One more thing, and then we'll be out of here. At this point, the guitar goes super clean again, which I really like it. I don't know why. Normally it's jarring, but this really fits. It belongs here. But if you listen real closely, in the background, you can hear somebody talking. Brilliant City. I felt like the atmosphere really lent itself to the title. How about you? That was some fine work there. I think with multiple listenings, this would be a song that would always be out there in my rotation. So what do you think? How did you like it? What was your take on it? What's your impression? And before you leave, hit the subscribe button for me, please. We're real close to 2K, and maybe you'll be the person to put us over that. But thank you very much for watching. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, Richard. I did. Thank you for the request, and we'll see you guys later. Bye now.